Hi, Vashon Borich here, and we are on video 2 for 20 tools for internet marketing. And today's tip is we are going to be demonstrating Google Hangouts and how to use those. So let's just start off with, telling you how to get to Google Hangouts. Here's the URL. You can get there through just going to Google+, and we're going to demonstrate that in a minute. But let me go ahead and copy this link down, and then I'm going to show you all about Google Hangouts today. So let's go to the next slide here. For Google Hangouts, you're probably wondering, first of all, what is it? Well, it's a method to host live conference calls that are automatically recorded as videos in YouTube. So by a live conference call, it means that you can get on using your own computer and a webcam and a microphone. You can invite other participants to be on the call, and together you can host a live call that other people can log into and view. It's a great way to do training. It's a great way to do a new introduction for a product line that you have. But the best part that I like about it is that it automatically records the training so that you can then direct people to that if they missed the live call, whatever day that you had it. So it's a really nice tool. And the other nice part about it, let me just go to my next slide here, is the cost to use it is free. It's another wonderful product from Google that allows us to use it for free. So let me tell you a little bit more about it. The first thing that you'll need to know are some of the requirements that you'll need to use it. So for instance, you will need to have a working Gmail account. Gmail account's pretty easy to get set up if you don't have one. Just go to gmail.com and you can set up a Google Gmail email account. Once you have an email account, you will need to log into that to be able to go to that web address that I gave you earlier for the Hangout. Otherwise, it won't let you start a Hangout. The second thing you'll need is a webcam. Most computers these days, if you have a newer one, they have a built-in webcam. So you'll need to use it in a way, like I hook up my laptop so that I have an external monitor. In order to do the Hangout, I need to take my laptop out and open it up because the external webcam, or the internal webcam, is built into the laptop screen. So make sure that you've got that set up before you do the Hangout. You can use an external webcam as well if you have one. Then the third thing you need is a microphone. Most computers these days come with a built-in microphone, but for the best audio, it's a good idea to get a plug-in microphone that you can use during your Hangout. And then finally, you'll need to have high-speed internet access. The higher the better, obviously. You're going to have much clearer visibility with your webcam because it is streaming live when you do these Hangouts. But I use DSL and it turns out fairly well. I've seen better with cable internet, or obviously if you've got a T1 or T3, you're golden. So those are the things that you need to utilize it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and skip to the training part so you can see how to get set up. All right, in order to get linked in here to the Hangout, there's two ways to get there. Initially, if you just go to plus.google.com, you can get to the Google Hangouts right here in the home button. Make sure you're already logged in to Google, in other words, to your Gmail account. And once you go to plus.google.com, you'll see under the home button, and for whatever reason it's not clicking on me, but there is a link underneath it that goes to the Hangout. A quicker way is to actually go to plus.google.com/hangouts. Note you will have to have the HTTPS in the front part of the string, not just the HTTP, in order for it to work. If you just type this in without the S, it does give you an error message. So once you're here, you'll see that there's a button right here that says Start a Hangout on Air. So when you're ready to go, you simply click on that button. And it takes just a second for it to load up. And once it loads up here, it gives you a box that says give your Hangout a name. You can give it whatever name you want. Most of the time I give it the name of the topic that I'm discussing. So I'm just going to put tutorial. Okay, and then the next thing you do is you click Start the Hangout on air. And hopefully it'll go here. I've got obviously a screen recorder running at the same time that I'm doing this tutorial, so it may take just a second. All right, I just restarted the Hangout. I was having a little bit of technical difficulties here. So let's try it again. So when you first come here and you click to start the Hangout, you go ahead and you type in the name of what you'd like your Hangout to be called. And then the next box, you can add people that you would like to be on the Hangout with you. Perhaps you have some other presenters that you would like to speak during your Hangout. You can simply add them. They do have to have a Gmail account as well, and they do need to be connected to you somehow through your Gmail. So in other words, through your Google Plus, you need to have them as a friend or extended circle or something like that. Otherwise, you can leave that blank if it's just going to be for you, and then you click here to start the Hangout. All right, so when you first pull up the Hangout here and you've started it, it'll take you to a screen that looks like this. At this point, my Hangout is not live. I would have to click down here on this green button that says Start Broadcast. Before I do that, let me show you a few things. You have at the top here, you have the capability to add attendees, add people to the call. That's one way that you can do it. This controls your mic, your camera. You can turn it on or off. This controls the sound, and then you have some settings and phone information up here. One of the tips that I'll give you is that the best way to invite people to the call is down here in the lower right where it says links. If you click on that, it's going to give you a link to the Hangout. So if somebody can't get in or for whatever reason, this is what you want to give them, is this link. The other thing that I recommend, and we'll go into some tips here in a little bit as well, is that the best way to share your Hangout is to actually have it embedded on a web page that you manage. In that way, it looks professional, it has your branding around it, and it's just a cleaner way to share your Hangout. If you give them the event page link, what's going to happen is they're going to actually see your Hangout in YouTube. So it'll have the YouTube branding and everything else. But hey, if you got to get them in there, this is a quick way to do it. And again, that's down here in the links. Okay, so once you start the broadcast, what will happen is it'll pull up your video cam, your webcam, and you should see yourself there. You do have the capabilities to switch between users. So if you have additional attendees, participants, or presenters, you can have it switch back and forth. For today's training, I'm just giving you the very, very basics so that you can get started and test it. Once you've got down the basics, then we can do an advanced training to go through some of the additional tools that are here. Okay? When you're done with your broadcast, like if I click Start, it's going to ask me if I want to broadcast it publicly. I click OK. It'll start. It takes a minute or so to start. When you're done, you actually click the red button down here. It says Stop Broadcast. And once you stop the broadcast, it's going to save that as a video in YouTube. So it's important that you already have a YouTube account set up so that it saves it in the right spot. So that's one other tip I'll give you right now. I recommend going ahead and setting up a YouTube account with the Gmail address that you use to use your Hangout. So everything with Google kind of links together, and so it's so important to have everything already set up. Okay, so you click Stop Broadcast, and then that's going to save it for your YouTube. Okay, let me show you where this Hangout will show up. So if there's folks that couldn't make your live call, what will happen is it saves it to YouTube like we discussed earlier. So let me go back here, and I'm going to go to my own YouTube channel, and I've got quite a few videos here. But you'll see right here I've got a Tough Team Hangout. That's the name of my team. And so it'll automatically save that Hangout right into your YouTube channel under whatever name that you gave it when you created it. So this way you can quickly click share and share the link to this Hangout with any people that you'd like to give it to. All right. All right, another best practice that I recommend is embedding this into your own website. So I'm going to flip over now to my own website. I have a website called teamtough.com, and I actually created a Hangout page on my website. And this way I can invite team members to it, and I can give them tutorials, etc. So on this page, I actually embedded my Hangout videos. So somebody can come on here during a live call. All I have to do is give them this URL, and they can watch my current call, because before I start the call, I will actually place that embed link here on my web page, and then they just have to refresh this page in order to see my live call, which is great. Otherwise, if they miss the live call, they can quickly log in here, anytime between now and my next live call, and they'll be able to see my past video or Hangout. Here's the other tip, and I'm going to go through a few more of these too, is at the bottom, if you do this on your own web page, you can plug in a button or two in order to invite people to join your team. So if they click on that, they can join my Team Tough, or to subscribe to my e-news list, so my email list. So this is a great way to help gain some publicity and capture some of your visitors just by including those buttons. All right, so now I'm going to go into some tips. All right, I have some samurai tips. We have a lot of ninjas on our team, but personally, I believe I'm more of a samurai than a ninja. So here's my samurai tips. The first thing I recommend anytime you do a Hangout is to close all tabs and windows in your browser. If you have too many open, it's just not going to run very well, and you're going to have a hard time, as far as quality for your Hangout. The second thing is invite your attendees by sending the event page link, not the add people link. We seem to have technical problems when you try to add people. It's just much easier to just send them the event page link in the lower right corner that I showed you earlier. The third thing is the best practice of embedding the video right onto your own website, and then send out the link to that web page. That's going to be your very best, and you can put your own branding around it for your own marketing needs. And then the last samurai tip I have is always include a button to have them sign up to your mailing list at the bottom of that embed. This is a great way to capture them and then continue marketing to them, as well as invite them to other Hangouts that you host. All right, finally, I wanted to leave you with this. If you're watching this video today for video 2 on tools for marketing, I am offering a bonus. The bonus is to receive our internet marketing cheat sheet for free just by joining my own mailing list. And I've put together a really nice sheet of 20 marketing tools that are very useful that I use myself, and I give tips and samurai tips on how to use each one in that list. So I hope you'll join my list, and I do hope that you have a great day and that this was useful to you. Thank you.